What's up there, Black family? This is Kevin Warden Price of the Africa Town Coalition. I am here with,
Calling my single Africa Town Coalition.
Abraham Jr., Africa Town Coalition.
and we also have Billion Godson in the room as well. So basically, what we want to do is that we want to bring you up to snuff with some of the activity that has taken place at the Compton Courthouse. Now, as you know, our brother King Solomon was assaulted by the Compton sheriff, gangbangers. These are the real gangbangers, the Compton sheriff gangbangers. So he was assaulted by the Compton sheriff gangbangers after defending himself from them. He was tased for about 10 minutes. He's facing a number of charges, felony charges right now, stemming from um, the overall action that took place at Alondra and Central with that Korean uh, uh, beauty supply place. Okay, for those of you that don't know, the owner of the beauty supply place assaulted a sister. The sister stood her ground, you know what I'm saying, threw a couple of blows with him, let him know you ain't doing nothing. He attempted to throw a couple of items at her, did throw one item at her, hit her in the arm. Our brother showed up, demanding justice. Dude got smart, things went from there, and so here we are. So, as you know, they want to drug our brother King Solomon, put him on psychoactive drugs, which basically, takes away his constitutional right to defend himself. Now, as you may or may not know, he's made a sovereignty claim. I guess it's a Moorish claim. If they do put him under these drugs and he's not able to defend himself based upon his sovereignty claim. So that in itself is a very serious and detrimental move against him by this white supremacy establishment. So we've gone through a number of court hearings, and basically it's come to the point now that they do want to drug him because he's not willing to play along with their white supremacy doctrine and so forth. So, as a result of this case, a number of Africatown Coalition members and Black Panther Party for National Defense Southern California members have been banned from coming into the court building, not just the courtroom, but the court building. Some people just can't come into the courtroom, okay, 11th floor, but they banned others who just can't even come into the courtroom. Okay, so we have a little footage from May 14th, in which we had a demonstration outside of the courtroom, in which we found out that a number of us were barred from the Compton Court building as well as the courtroom. Also, I just want to throw in the hearing before the 14th. I was assaulted by one of the Compton sheriff gangbangers, you know what I'm saying, outside the courtroom, outside of Judge Connie Quinones' courtroom. She's the one that is in charge of this case. She is the one that is going to make the final determination on whether or not they're going to drug this brother and murder his mind so that he cannot defend himself and so that he cannot, launch his sovereignty claim, because they just don't want to recognize that. And I don't get it wrong. I'm not an advocate. I have no ties to that, but I respect my brother's stand, his legal stand. And if that's the way he feels he needs to go, then that's the way he feels he's going. He has a right to do that. So by drugging him, that takes away that right. And we should all be concerned. All of us should be concerned about what's going on with our brother King Solomon within the court, the Compton courtroom. So I was, as a result of an incident that took place outside the courtroom. Actually, I was charged with resisting and delaying these Compton sheriff gangbangers. Basically, what happened was one of our comrades was ordered out of the courtroom because he allegedly made a statement that they didn't like, and so they ordered him out of the courtroom. being that I had, rode with him in his vehicle, I got up and went out to check, make sure everything was cool, what was going on. Plus, he was the only one out there with all these pigs out there. So I just want to make sure that everything was cool. So I go out, and then after I found everything was cool, this one officer, I don't have all the names. I'm just waiting on the paperwork right now. But this one, he came and said, "You can't go back in the courtroom." I said, "Hold on a minute, man." I said, "I'm not." Uh, when it goes blank, can you just like swipe like that? I told him, I said, I wasn't barred from the courtroom. Okay, this gentleman was barred from the courtroom. I wasn't barred from the courtroom. He tells me, "Well, I don't care. I'm telling you, you can't go back in." So as I attempted to go into the door, he blocked my way. And then we came chest to chest, and that's when he assaulted me by pushing me. And then they want to arrest me for resisting and detaining. I mean, and delaying their action. So I'm assaulted, but I'm just supposed to bow down. And I guess the threat is no longer in existence because they want to handcuff me. So this is their warped way of thinking. Anyway, so we went to court today. All right, we went to court today, and I talked to the public defender. I'm gonna be nice, but I talked to the public defender, and the public defender, after going through everything, gave me her opinion, and it looked positive. We always have to look at the whole thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a pitches motion because the Compton Sheriff Department is a very violent law enforcement department, very violent. They have when we say gangbangers, people might think, oh, it's a joke, but these dudes got tax and stuff. There's already been an investigation. The investigation is far beyond us doing the investigation. We have the feds, we have the city. A lot of people do investigation, and they determine that it's a cliquish, gangish type of mentality within the Compton Sheriff Department. And I'm willing to bet you that these pitches motions is going to bring all that out. So we're going to see how that works out. There has been some egregious violations. I'm gonna let these brothers tell you themselves what has happened. There's been some egregious violations, but just to let you know, I will go into pretrial status as of July the 9th. Okay, so everything's gonna get started July the 9th. So I'm just asking everybody to come on out. Okay, support this court action. This is a continuous thing. It's not just a single thing. It's a continuous thing, which started with King Solomon. Actually, kind of started beyond that because they've had us targeted for a long time. The system knows who we are. The system does not like our methodology, our way of doing business on the streets, the way that we wake up the people. You see what I'm saying? They want a more turn the other cheek, we shall overcome, holding Becky's hand or something like that, walking over the mountain. I don't know what they want, but that's not about to happen in 2019.
Hell no.
Okay,
Come
so
on, Black nationalism.
So as I said, this is the notice right here for all of y'all who can we see that right there? I want to get it up there. Bam. All right. July 9th is going to be 8:30 in department number 8. Is going to be floor number 5. Okay. And I'm just asking everybody to come on out, man. Come on out. If you have Africa Town t-shirts and everything like that, come on out. We're not hiding from nobody. If they're gonna ban us, they're gonna have to just ban all of us. See, but this is gonna be a constitutional issue, and this is gonna hit the news. This is gonna hit the news. And once we figure this out, oh yes, this is gonna be good. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking right now, and I'm gonna let my brother Abron here tell you his part of what happened.
Abron from the African Town Coalition went to court with Comrade Kevin today. Like I was telling you earlier, they assaulted him on another court date with King Solomon's case. And then today, they wanted to ban me out the whole building. And I ain't had nothing to do be banned from the building. Besides, I was outside protesting because for the case of Solomon, King Solomon, on the 14th and beyond. They want to target the blacks. Because we standing up, we don't do it the way all soft and shit. We go hard. And then they wanted to peed my part. Two of them wanted to pee the party to going to the elevator. Somebody called supervisor. Oh, his name is Mac. That's what his name is.
Yeah, Mac.
And he told him, Kevin, he can't go in, but he had business, but they have no way of talking because they didn't ask him if he had any business first, but they have to ban him because they have a picture of him. So they had no picture of me, so they never banned me there. So they want to talk with me because I was with him at the time, so they was going to get anybody who was with him. That's why they keep me out. So they went over there, they banned it. They were the First Amendment rights. And so this is this white supremacy system, I've been doing this protest, going to courts for the longest, for over 25 years, for different comrades. I'll show up for you. If you want me to come, I'll show up. There's an African town with my comrades, But getting back to this, so I talked to him, see what's going on. Kevin's waiting, he ain't going nowhere. See what's going on. After they finally he had some business to go to court, and tell him to move on. Me come outside, so I'm like, all right. Kevin stands ground, but then I say, oh, you want to go upstairs? I can go out there and see how the supervisor going to really. Yeah, he would want to be like, just wanted me out the door.
Right.
He didn't want to give me no information on his, car or whatever, I could get it. But it's like you said, this is a constitutional thing because, I'm doing it for other people because I don't want this to get me and others in our group and others that come to support us. We go to King Solomon and place on Comrade Kevin. So now you fucking with me. I've been doing this for years, so I'm going all the way with it. So if it's gonna be a big constitutional thing, we'll start banning us. We're gonna fight that way too.
That's right.
Yeah, they are some gangbangers. That's what they are. The worst is killers in America. So everybody come out. To the date that he says on the thing.
July 9th.
July 9th.
8:30.
I haven't had more to say, but if you talk personally one-on-one, I've been going through. And I've been in other places where they use one of them call it target me, for other things. So,
That's right.
I'm still fighting the fight, so y'all
That's right. So
when somebody come out, don't let that stand up for your rights. Don't let anybody ban you and try to, they ain't gonna keep murdering us and walking on us and beating our sisters and tasing our brothers and drugging our brothers and because they start speaking their minds. We're strong people, so let's come on and fight for your rights. Black power.
That's right.
Give all the comrades speak.
Black power. And let me just say something real quick, because it was they tried to intimidate us. Once they figured, at first they didn't know I had business in the building. So they was on some dumb shit. And then when I whipped this piece of paper out on them and I told him, I said, well, I got business in the building. I thought he was going to be clear, right? So I said, I got business in the building. And so he looked at it. He said, okay, you got business in the building. You can go, but he got to go outside. And I'm like, hold on a minute, what you talking about? So that's when, we dealt with that. And then the thing is that when we decided that it was cool, that's when I went upstairs and he went outside. You see, we don't allow them to dictate to us, it'll be a forced thing. They just not going to dictate to us and tell us when we have to go and so forth because you're dealing with our constitutional right here. I'm saying? I could have a case or not, but you're still dealing with our constitutional right. This is a courtroom and everybody has the right to come into this courtroom unless there's been an order by the judge, which there has been an order by the judge for certain people like myself and another individual, not this individual, not Abraham, but someone else. But there's no court order for him, and there's no court order for this gentleman either. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. In the absence of a court order, we have these Keystone cops down here, these sheriffs down on the front of this place, telling people that they cannot come into this county courthouse. Okay, my brother.
Yeah, I want to spread this little light. What happened today? We went to the courthouse, came there around like 8:39, close like 8:30. 8:45, got there. I checked my bag in, checked my stuff out. You know how usually you check smoke detectors. Then you had the sellout Uncle Tom House nigga Sambo, black woman squirrel. She told me that, hold on a minute, are you the person that boycotted outside? I said, I told her, yeah. And she went to go grab the sell off with Tom that asked me for my ID last time. Then right before you got to get them, the other sell off Uncle Tom, security guard went in there, got him. I told you, I filed a lawsuit against y'all for violating my First Amendment right and Fourth Amendment right. First of all, I'm boycotting outside. This is public property. This ain't private property. I have the right to boycott and protest, use my First Amendment right outside of a public place, as constitutional right. So I said, y'all violating my First Amendment right by not letting me go in, by asking for my ID. So that's violation right there. Then y'all violating my First Amendment right because y'all didn't have no warrant, no search record, and no proof, or no order from the court. I got banned from either the room or the court building. Right. So y'all violating my First Amendment right and my Fourth Amendment right. Say I filed a civil rights class action lawsuit, and then the sellout Tom said, yeah, go ahead. Okay. Because I checked their ass too, and I went in, waited for Kevin, and that was it.
Okay. So as you can see, Black family, we have a serious issue here at the Compton Courthouse. We have our brother King Solomon, who is going through a unjust prosecution. We have myself, who is about to go through a frivolous prosecution. We have these two gentlemen right here whose rights have been violated, and their constitutional rights have been violated. Their access to this court facility has been violated by officers, not by judges, but by officers who claim to have the authority to bar these two gentlemen from the courtroom. Okay, now he hasn't been barred as of yet. Our brother Ketlingo, he hasn't been barred yet. But verbally, our brother Abron has been barred from the building. This is what this guy has verbally said. So we have a strategy. We're going to be talking to some people tomorrow. We're going to also file a complaint. Whether we got to do it pro per, we're gonna file a complaint. We have a lot of attorneys that sit by and they watch what goes on with this group, and they know that we do not have the financial means in order to hire people on in order to do this here. So, what we're going to do is that we're not asking anymore. I'm not asking anymore. We're going to do this here pro per. And if there's any pro pers that's out there, any students out there of law that want to be consultants in this thing right here, then come on out, talk to us. But I believe what we're going to wind up doing is that we're just going to go pro per. That way we're going to defend ourselves, and we don't have to ask anybody to do anything. Matter of fact, once we go into pro per status, the state has an obligation to provide funds. Okay, so we'll see. But we do want to develop a defense fund, a legal defense fund, because we're going to be moving forward on a couple of cases, and we got to make sure, like Abron said, it's not just about him, it's about other people who will be coming to our court hearings, will be out there demonstrating with us, who has a constitutional right to demonstrate in front of any public building and not be persecuted. You understand what I'm saying? By those who are operating under a color of authority, to be persecuted by them for our actions of demonstrating and exercising our constitutional right. So this is what we have going right here, right now. This is just not a little personal thing. This is really an issue right now of a constitutional nature. So we're going to continue to push this here. As I said, if we have to go pro per, which I don't have a problem with, I know a lot of pro per. I have friends that's done that type of work before. And so it'll be an interesting thing to get involved in, fighting for our rights, ourselves. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and end this because I don't want to go too long. We're running up on a 20-minute mark right now. So I just wanted to just really a recap. We went to court today, and the slave patrollers down at the front of the building detained Abron and myself, told us that we could not go up until her supervisor came down. They had a picture of me on the clipboard, which I didn't really challenge that because I already knew what that was about. But he wasn't on the clipboard, and he wasn't barred from the courtroom. And so the supervisor came down, not knowing that I had an appointment today, and went into that persecution mode of both of us. Okay, really in my face, telling me I can't be here. And so I told him, I said, well, I got business here. I whipped the paper out on him, and then he read it. rephrased this thing and said, okay, you're good, but you have to go. And so now we had dialogue over that. So, we have an issue here, people. It's not a simple thing. We have an issue here. We're going to address this issue. This issue is not going away. Whoever's in charge of this county courthouse, you will be seeing us. We have some information and some dialogue for you. And if necessary, we'll do a grand closing out in front of your establishment as well. But the Compton courthouse right there is an egregious violation on our rights, and we're going to address that issue. So in closing, I would just like to call everybody out. I think it's going to be June the 22nd. There's going to be a hearing, either the 22nd or 24th. There's going to be a hearing for our brother King Solomon. They're going to determine which way they're going to go with this mental enslavement that they want to subject this brother to. Okay, so we want you to attend that. We'll get the accurate information close to the time. Also, as I said, July 8th, I will start a trial, pre-trial in Compton, associated with this case. Also, June the 4th, I think it's June the 4th, I start trial in the Los Angeles CCB over this frivolous persecution by Mike Fear, city attorney, that stems from our action at the Hubert's liquor store on Africatown Boulevard and 43rd, or Africatown Boulevard / Lamert Boulevard and 43rd. So basically what they've decided to do is continue a punitive action against us, disciplinary punitive action frivolous against us, even though the quality of that situation right there has increased. I mean, like 100%. 100%, So, thank you very much for your time. Y'all want to say anything in closing?
I just want to say too is that show y'all support. If you can, we will go pro and defend our own rights too. Because nobody ain't there to defend for us when we need them. So we will go pro status if it's necessary. That's all I gotta say.
Come on out on the dates, the court dates, and show up. That's all. Black Power.
Black Power. So that's June 4th. CCB, July 8th, Compton Court, and I believe June 22nd or 24th, Compton Court for King Solomon. But we'll get all that up. We're going to have a calendar. Unfortunately, we got so much going on in court. We got to have a court calendar. All right. Kevin Warden Price, Africatown Coalition, Black Power.
Black Power.
Black Power.